Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chad Novak, and I'm here on behalf of the Saskatchewan Taxpayers Advocacy Group, as well as a brand new candidate for Ward 4 in Regina City Council. I am looking at this issue here today, this Building Canada Fund. It's very nice to see that we have some money coming in from the federal government, and it looks like provincial government as well, for some major infrastructure projects. I just have a few questions I'd like to get clarified, not just for my personal interest, but also now for the campaign interest, because I think taxpayers need to know exactly what's happening here and where our money is scheduled to go. I noticed on the list we have, one thing I noticed on there was Victoria Avenue, the Ring Road overpass, which right now we're getting that work done quite slowly, but we're getting it done. So I'm just curious to know if we can have an update on that in terms of, is that actually receiving any funding from the Building Canada Fund, or was that separated out of there? Because I noticed that when we're looking at the dollar figures here, it doesn't appear to be something that we're factoring in. I'm hoping that we are getting money for that. But I guess the other question that comes in from the Victoria Avenue overpass is, why? Why are we even replacing this? Like, it seems to be quite a young, in terms of infrastructure, a young overpass. I was doing some searching to figure out exactly, well, what is an average lifespan of an overpass? And it seems to obviously vary on the kind of the size of them, weather conditions, things like that. And I know in Saskatchewan we have harsh winters and things like that. However, it was built, I presume, in the 70s when the Ring Road was completed. Thus, that's relatively young. So I'm just curious to know why it all of a sudden needed to be replaced. It seemed to almost come suddenly this year. Obviously, I would hope that that would be something that had been planned for a number of years, but just curious to know why we're doing it. And when we're doing it, why aren't we taking advantage of the opportunity to perhaps widen it? I know eventually, and I know that's on our list here, I've seen that we're looking at expanding the laneage of the Ring Road eventually. 3 lanes I think is essential. Merging on and off there in some of the sections are just a nightmare. And I think it's about time we did something. And I think we have a lost opportunity here. Second thing is, one of the items on here is the Winnipeg Street overpass. It appears to be what we're doing here. And then another question is, why are we even bothering with anything with that when we have other overpasses that we could have done? Arcola Avenue could have been expanded. It looks like Wascana Parkway is on our list. We desperately need one at Pasco Street and 9th Avenue North. There's overpasses galore that need attention. I just don't see the benefit here of necessarily just doing it because we're getting money. I think that we're missing a boat, and I'm hoping that administration can shed some more light on this. Also in there, I noticed that the RRI, the Regina Revitalization Initiative, the Rail Yard Renewal Project, it talks about only a portion of the costs we're getting funded. Just curious to know how we're going to be handling the rest. Are we going to go full bore on the project, or is it because we're limited now? Are we going to apply at the next 2-year cycle? What's happening there exactly? And I notice also this list here, I don't know if this is an all-encompassing list of all of our 10-year projects, or if that's just ones that we felt, administration felt would be eligible for Building Canada Fund. That's something that I would like to know. But I think that also the taxpayers need to know exactly what. Obviously, I think we have a lot more capital improvement projects and infrastructure projects in our city that need attention, not just those things. And it's just curious to see where we're at in terms of, is that all we're expecting, or are we just, those were only the ones that we assumed that would be eligible under that Building Canada Fund. And then finally today also, I noticed that we're basically taking the rest of them off the list, so to speak, basically on a carry forward. So does that mean that they are no longer going to be applied for? I know the Building Canada Fund, it seems that every 2 years we can apply for it, so I would hope that we're going to continue doing that. Just a lot of questions that I have, and I hope that we can get some answers for some clarification. I will answer any questions you might have, and thank you.
Thank you. We have a long list of things in there.
Yeah.
A couple that come out. One is a question of if is receiving federal funding, the overpass work.
Right.
And another, how did this list come to be? Is that
Basically, yeah, like I just want to get more clarification in terms of, is this all of our 10-year project, or is this only the ones, just figure out exactly why these projects were picked for this list, so.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.